Hey guys, good evening. Happy New Year. Happy 2021. We made it. I'll come back and greet you guys later. But for now, there's an issue on ground that I really want to discuss with you guys. I actually saw this some days ago. I think it was the day before, 2 days before New Year. That was 2 days ago. But I didn't have time to look into it. But one of my subscribers now sent me details about it. And so these two men that you are seeing on the screen. One of them is called Tunde Thomas. Yeah, he's late now and he was 45 years old and he died 2 weeks ago and he allegedly died of a heartbreak. And the other man on the left, the lighter skinned one, his name is Adamu Nuru and he is the MD of Fcmb, which is a bank in Nigeria. Now, this is the story as I have been told. The person who sent me the details said, I am one of your fans. I would like you to talk about this story on your channel. Tunde Thomas used to be my colleague many years ago at Oceanic Bank. So he's actually somebody that knows this guy, Tunde, the dark skinned one, that is emailing me now. And he said, in fact, I was at the naming ceremony of the first child, which later happened not to be his child. I'm still in shock now. Let me copy and paste what I saw on Facebook. So that's Tunde and his wife. And the controversy is surrounding Tunde's wife and the MD of a bank that she worked previously in Nigeria. And this is what the post said. He said, inside life, Tunde Thomas, alias Tunde Gentle, 45 years old, died about 2 weeks ago from heartbreak. The two kids from his marriage were indeed fathered by a man without scruples or conscience. The current MD of Fcmb, Adamu Nuru, who was his wife's boss. Wow. He's the MD of Fcmb. Tunde's wife, Moyo Thomas Ni Ojo, and there's some colorful names here. They called her an adulterer, an unconscionable woman engaged in an office romance with her MD, a relationship that was well known throughout the organization as the lack of shame and decorum in two lovebirds made them to get carried away and to throw caution to the wind. FCMB, an organization without proper rules or guidance or governance, looked the other way while the open and unprofessional romance was going on between MD and the subordinate staff of the same organization, a married woman. The MD, Adamu Nuru, who is supposed to be the chief governance officer and chief image maker of FCMB, spared no thought for the husband of the lady who was bringing up that's two of the children, while thinking they were his. He also did not think of the organization he was leading while engaging in this foul conduct, the scandal with which no ethical organization will want to be associated. Tunde was so in love and attached to his wife and children that he spent most of his resources on them. He took them to London, to Dubai on holidays. He also spared no penny in putting them in the best schools. At the height of this shameful relationship was when the older child was about 8 years old. The lady suddenly resigned, that's Moyo now, suddenly resigned from FCMB and traveled to the US with the two children. It was when the school season started in Nigeria and the children were not returned that Tunde started asking questions, that the lady finally summoned the shameless courage to tell him the children were not his. Oh my God. So they went on to the extent of filing for asylum in the US on the grounds of marital violence in Nigeria against a man known to all men by his gentle and easygoing disposition. Her aim was to get the green card and also get Tunde to be barred from entering the US, so she would not have to confront him or look him in the eyes to tell him to his face the evil that she has done to him. Within a few months of hearing the news, Tunde suffered a stroke at about the age of 42. He recovered from the stroke, but became a shadow of his former self. He would often shed tears from the blues. Recently, Tunde tried to pick up the pieces of his life and started another relationship with a loyal lady. Tunde had invited some friends to accompany him to visit the lady's parents on the 26th of December. They were planning the materials to take along for the visit, but alas, it was not to be. Tunde got home from work on the 9th of the 15th of December, only to collapse by a staircase, and he died immediately. The autopsy report put the cause of death as heart failure. That's the gentleman there, Tunde. So the people who are allegedly responsible for the cause of his heartbreak and why Tunde got sick are the Fcmb chairman Adamu Nuru and Moyo, his ex, Tunde's ex-wife. They've done their worst, the post said. The death of an innocent man are in their hands, and their hands are dripping with blood. God will demand it from them, the post said. In the meantime, the family and friends of Tunde Thomas, alias Tunde Gentle, hereby wish to bring this shameful conduct to the knowledge of the Central Bank of Nigeria, the board and management of Fcmb, and to members of the public. We use this medium to call on Fcmb to separate and detach its brand from this evil man, Adamu Nuru, immediately. If this notice is ignored and Adamu Nuru is at his desk in another 2 weeks from today, which is the 30th of December 2020, we will be left with no option than to vehemently call the attention of the public to the lack of ethics in the organization and to advise the members of the public to withdraw their funds and banking businesses from Fcmb. A word is enough for the wise. So I guess the man is still the MD of the bank. That's why it's all over social media now, because that was what they said they were going to do. And it says there that NB Tunde Gentle was buried today, 30th of December 2020. He had worked in Oceanic Bank back in the days. He was one of the most gentle and yet most friendly of all individuals, as many will testify of him. He was an executive director in an asset management company, GDL, asset management company. He was survived by an aged mother and sibling. May his gentle soul rest in perfect peace. Oh my God. Oh, this is heartbreaking. I'm not going to lie. Guys, let's be honest with one another. This is the beginning of 2021. Yeah. And I feel like if there's anything that we can do to help each other in this year, is we owe each other that honesty. If what the allegations are against this man and the mistresses are true, I mean, recently we've been seeing a lot of these incidents happening whereby men are doing things really, really drastic, to their children and to their wives, all because of DNA proving that the children are not theirs. That's children that they taught their children, they raised them, send them to school, they spend money, they've loved them, only for the children to grow up and then the men find out that, the children don't belong to them. There's a very old African saying that says that it's only a woman that knows the father of her children. You see the children there with the gentleman that passed away, the Tunde. I mean, this is very, very heartbreaking for somebody who friends and colleagues have described as somebody that is very, very gentle. I don't know, guys. Somehow I feel like men who are very, very good always end up with women who are just nasty. I find it's the same for the opposite sex. Women who are very, very good women always end up with men who are just terrible. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe nature is trying to play tricks on us or something. It's always the best men that end up with the worst women. I've noticed in most cases. Look, listen, ladies, because if this was the other way around, you guys know I will go all out and, I will say a lot. I'll be very, very hard on the brother. But in this case, oh my God. I looked at the picture of the children and I looked at the picture of that MD, the man they called Nuru, to be honest, these children look like him. They look like him. I am not there. I've not seen the evidence, but this is the allegation against this woman. And they said that this is what he told the man. And that is the reason why he suffered, from a heart attack. How can a woman be so wicked, so callous? Some women can be so evil, it's unbelievable. Sometimes when we talk about how African men, Nigerian men do this, they do that, when you see behavior like this, you can't say anything again. It's like you should just shut up. You cannot say anything again, because whatever you wanted to say, or whatever impression or ideas or perception you have about African men or Nigerian men, it will not seem so unfair when something like this happen. Ladies, please, this is so evil. You can't do this. Nobody is stopping you. If you know you want to date your whatever, then you don't have to be in that marriage. Leave the marriage and go and be with the person you want to be with. But the most evil and just irresponsible and unspeakable thing you can do to any man is to take somebody else's children and give it to your husband as his children. You make him father those children, to love them, to invest emotionally, physically, financially on those children's life. And then just like that, you are so detached, no human feeling, you don't even care. And then you go turn around years later and tell the man, the children are not yours. Wow. Wow, that is some cold, really cold gangster stuff. Really, really cold. She knew what she was doing, obviously. Why would she go to the US before she's telling this man that this is what it is? If she knew that if she stayed in Nigeria and told him, there will be repercussion. And according to the allegations against this Moyo woman, she didn't just stop at telling this poor man that these children that you think are yours, these two children, they are not yours. So she now went to be claiming asylum, useless asylum, using the man again, telling the immigration people so that he cannot even come into the country. Oh my God. Women. Let us be very, very careful, because when we start seeing things that are happening, we'll blame the men. We'll say, why do you do this? Why do you do that? Why do you do this? Some men cannot bear this. You see this man? He died of a broken heart. How can you be so evil? And look at the Fcmb, Mr. Nuru. Oh, Masheo, Okusheo. But karma is waiting for you to deal with you. You cannot do this. So because somebody is of all the women in Nigeria, you don't see anybody to date, is somebody else's wife who is your subordinate at work that you are carrying on a love affair with. You didn't just carry on a love affair with that woman. You fathered 2 children. So the woman should go and give her husband 2 bastards. Wow. Imunika kò ṣe gbórùn àṣebi. Wow. But karma does not sleep. I know I say this all the time. Some people don't believe in it, but it is real. You will get what is coming to you if this is true. Because they are saying that over 400 people have signed the petition now. This thing has gone viral. I know Nigeria, how, they tend not to take anything when it happens to all these big people. It will just die down. But even if nothing happens to you, you remain in that seat. You will not get away free. You can never escape this. You and that woman will not escape this. Wow. You see, I was thinking about this matter, and then I started to reflect on it, and I said, you know what? We women complain sometimes. We say, oh, some men, especially men from Eastern Nigeria, they will marry and say, I don't want my wife to work. Stay at home, whatever you want, I'll provide. And, being the modern day 21st century women that we are, we challenge them and we rebel against it, and we say, no, I went to school. I have a master's degree. Why are you telling me to stay at home? I need to earn an income. I need to be an independent woman. The man says, no, I will provide for everything you need. You can't work. You know the reason is because of things like this. In case you didn't know, it's exactly the reason why some men don't want their wives, even with their PhD, to work. Because of bosses like this. I don't know how it started. Maybe it started like he was asking her out and her job was on the line. She didn't want to lose her job. I don't know. I'm playing all the scenarios in my head because I know when there's a relationship between a superior and an oga and a subordinate, it's always a power play there, of which the woman might not have a say. But she could have quit the job. If you know something like this is happening according to what the colleague, this is somebody that knows Mr. Tunde is telling us now, the late man. Go and tell your husband. If you really love your husband, you go home and tell your husband, look at what my boss is saying. I can't do this. I think I have to leave this job. Tender your resignation. Or if it's this part of this part of the world, that sexual harassment, that person will lose their job quick. In fact, they won't try it here. But in Africa now, people do and undo. They get away with anything. Look at the poor man. Raising children, loving them, investing time, effort, love, money, thinking he has a family. This woman took the children and went to the US. From there, she's now calling him and telling him, sorry, they are not your children. Oh my God. Let's call it out for what it is. This is wickedness. This is evil. What this Moyo allegedly did is so satanic that she will get what's coming to her. You can't do this and get away with it too. It is so bad. Wow. I feel like as women here, when we take 2 steps back, then one woman will do something that will take us 10 steps backward again. You see? The brothers will now come and say, you see, this is what we are saying. All these women, they are very evil. They are very wicked. See? Please, I'm just going to end by saying that, ladies, I am begging you, this is New Year. We don't want to hear of any of these stories. If you know that you are in love with somebody else, you know that, okay, your husband, for whatever reason, leave the marriage and go and be with the person that you know you want to be with. Just leave and go and be. At least he has money. The Nuru. Shebi is MD. He can write you an apartment. But you see, Nigerian woman, they want to keep up appearances that they are married because they know that man is married also, the MD. So they will not dare to come out openly and be doing mistress because they want to be married. You want to eat your cake and have it. It doesn't happen now. You know the wife will deal with you. And you're carrying on an affair, having 2 children for another man. Ulagbara. Guys, this is quite heavy for a new year, but it is what it is. The information is out there. And we just share these stories because we want to educate people and enlighten people and just to warn people about the dangers of, things like this. It is not right. If, Mr. Tunde, may God rest his soul, was a relative of yours or a brother of yours, you know how you will feel. It is just a very despicable and very dirty act that, should not even be heard of. Please, women, let us be good women. Let us try our best. I know it's not easy saying no to someone powerful like that, but not to the point of, you not only had an affair with the man, you took your 2 children. How many years was that relationship for? For another man. It is heavy in my mouth, honestly. May he soon rest in peace. So I just hope that the management of Fcmb will do something about it. There's a regulatory body for banks in Nigeria, and I hope that the CBN and the regulatory body, because this is, I don't know, this is just so unethical. But again, I don't know how they are going to prove it. She can deny it. For all we know is hearsay or one person's word against the other, except there's actually DNA evidence to prove that this is what happened and that is what led to this man's death. Unfortunately, I feel like people will just talk about it. It's a very huge scandal now, and after talking about it, it's just going to die because the rich always have a way of protecting one another. They always protect each other. That's just the truth. I wish this man didn't die. I just wish he didn't, because there is so much more to live for. Unfortunately, it's happened, and there's nothing we can do about it. I just pray that, his mother and his family members, God will console them. I know they must be, they will be very, very bitter and angry and upset because he was only a very young man, at only 40, is it 45? Wow. Mashio. This world is not our own. Heaven is our home. May it so rest in peace. Ladies, please, let's do better. Let's do better. It is not right. I'm just going to leave it here today, guys. Leave me your thoughts about, this issue. It's coming up very off and down, women going to have children for someone else and hooking it on their husbands, hooking it on other men, and the men finding out. What you guys think about it? How do we resolve all these issues going forward? I'd like to hear from you. Happy New Year once again, and I pray that this year will do us good. It will favor us. God will honor us in this year, and whatever we lay our hands to do will prosper. The Lord will keep us in Jesus' name. Thanks a lot for watching. I love you. Bye-bye.